Khabib Nurmagomedov, John Cena, Nacho Libre. These are some of the best wrestlers the world has ever seen. But in case you're living under a rock, UFC 323 is taking place this weekend, and that is a bout between Merab Dvalishvili, who is one of the best wrestlers in the UFC right now, and in the co-main event, we have Alexandre Pantoja, who is also one of the best wrestlers in the UFC right now. So Tony has died, thought it could be fun to go through who are the best wrestlers in the UFC. So Tony has died will be giving you the top 10 wrestlers in the UFC right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that YouTube shit. Let's get straight into this, man. Starting with the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions, I got Aljamain Sterling, Mateusz Gamrot, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, and Charles Oliveira. Now, if these were just the top 10 grapplers, I would definitely be including Sean Brady and Charles Oliveira. But since this is just wrestling, I think that Charles Oliveira barely misses the mark. The other people that I have on this list are better than him. And Sean Brady, I think he's just a better submission artist. But his actual takedowns himself, when he can't get the takedown, he kind of sucks, bro. Like, so in terms of just like straight up wrestling, I don't know if he's that good. For Bilal Muhammad, yeah, he reached a title, a UFC title, using his wrestling. But at the same time, he hasn't been able to implement it in his last couple of fights, right? For Mateusz Gamrot, on the other hand, he couldn't even wrestle successfully against Charles Oliveira. Yeah, he got him down one time. But once he got him down, Charles was able to easily reverse position. So when I'm talking about wrestling, it's not just about takedowns. It's about being able to control your opponent. It's being able to use like your wrestling to win the fight as well. So it's like, yeah, you can take somebody down, but if you can't hold him down, or if you can't ground and pound him, if you can't submit him, what's the point of your wrestling, you know? So that's something that I'm kind of looking for, and that's why Gamrot kind of missed the mark. And Aljamain Sterling, I think that he is a very high-level wrestler, but I think he also barely just misses the mark just because he's kind of like, his fight against Peter Yan, he kind of got out-wrestled in moments against him. His fight against Movsar Evelev, he kind of got out-wrestled against him. He didn't really use wrestling in his fight against Ortega, even though he won. So, yeah, barely misses the mark for me. But these are the other 5 people that I would include if I was doing a top 15, but barely just missed the mark for the top 10. All right, let's start with number 10 on this list, Tatsuro Taira. I got Tatsuro Taira at the number 10 spot. Why do I have him here, bro? Well, Tatsuro Taira is 8-1 in the UFC, and in all of his fights, his fight against Perez, his fight against Hung Sung Park, where he easily took Hung Sung Park down, beat him up on the ground, his fight against Edgar Shirez, his fight against Jesse Aguilar, all of his fights, he's used his wrestling, bro. I think that in the scrambles, I think Tatsuro Taira is also one of the best fighters in the UFC right now. He is so good at that back take, man. Like, he is really, out of all the fighters in the UFC, I think that he is the best at taking the back, and he's really, really good at shooting double legs, man. Tatsuro Taira, I'm pretty sure this guy was like one of the best Japanese wrestlers over there before he transferred over to MMA. He has just won all of his fights using his wrestling, taking down, and this is flyweight as well. These aren't just like heavyweight scrubs he's taking down. Flyweight is the most skilled division in the UFC. His only loss is a split decision against Brandon Royval, where he was able to get him down pretty easily as well in their fights. Obviously, Royval kind of started stuffing takedowns as the fight went on and was able to beat Taira up in some of the rounds, but Taira was still relentless with his takedowns and was able to get Royval down a bunch of times. I guess I'm going to see if I'll eat my words in this next matchup when he fights Brandon Moreno. If he's not able to beat Brandon Moreno with the wrestling, I think you should probably take him out and put Oliveira in. But as of right now, I think that he will beat Brandon Moreno with his wrestling. So I think that Tatsuro Taira is number 10 on this list. The next person we need to talk about is Diddy. I got Diddy at number 9 right now. Now, why do I have Diddy this high, bro? Dude, what he did to Aljamain Sterling, I know it was super competitive on the ground, but Aljo is one of the best wrestlers. I wish this fight was 5 rounds. I will say that. I wish that Aljo versus Evelev was a 5-round fight. Kind of stupid that it wasn't. But what he did to Aljamain Sterling, Diddy was able to get his takedowns whenever he wanted, right? He's undefeated in the UFC right now. He used his wrestling and his striking to beat Arnold Allen. Even though that fight could have gone the other way, he still ended up getting the nod because he used his grappling and his wrestling effectively to hold Arnold Allen down in those earlier rounds. He beat Diego Lopez, and yeah, you can hate on him because that was Diego Lopez's debut. But it was also short notice for Movsar. If you don't remember, he was actually supposed to fight Bryce Mitchell, and he ended up fighting Diego Lopez as well on short notice, and he was able to out-grapple him, which is very impressive. Good aging win. And Dan Ige. He out-wrestled Dan Ige. And then even besides that, all of his other fights, he's used his wrestling. I'm pretty sure he's gotten a takedown in every single fight that he's fought in so far. And so for that reason, I got to have Movsar Evelev at number 9 on this list. He's a very high-level Dagestani grappler. And yeah, got to have him on the list. At number 8, I got Umar Nurmagomedov. All right, Umar Nurmagomedov. Look, man, that Merab fight, this just proves why he should be on this list in the first place. In his last fight, he was able to easily out-wrestle Mario Batista. Took him down at will whenever he wanted. Held Mario Batista against the cage. Was able to use his shot. Like, he's so, like, all of those people that are out of Team Khabib are so good at using their balance, bro. Like, they're so good at balancing. Even when takedowns are shot on them, like when Merab was shooting on Umar. He wasn't able to get takedowns on him. Even when people do shoot takedowns on Umar, they barely ever get him. And I don't think he's ever been taken down before, actually. Unless Merab took him down, which I don't think he did, if I'm remembering correctly. He's never been taken down before, so he's got great takedown defense. And not only that, he shoots and shoots and shoots. And when he gets you down, he can hold you down, man. Mario Batista, he did very good. Merab did very good as well. But besides that, Umar's faced very little adversity, especially in that sand. Like, Mario Batista gave Umar a harder fight than Sandhagen did, man. He dropped Batista. Like, Sandhagen was getting completely ragdolled by Umar Nurmagomedov. And Sandhagen is a very competent MMA fighter himself, so I find that highly impressive. But yeah, as I said before, he only has one loss, and it's to Merab, and he did very good in the first 2 rounds of that fight. Even in the 3rd round, he did good, and the 5th round, he was doing good as well. But he still lost those rounds, and even his win over Barcelos, I know he knocked him out in the 1st round, but Barcelos is a very good wrestler. I don't even know why I mentioned that, but Beksat Almakhan, we've seen Beksat Almakhan go on to beat, but he had a very competitive fight with Alexandre Topuria. And he's a good grappler, and he beat him with the wrestling as well. And Brian Keller, he subbed him. So Umar Nurmagomedov, he is really, really good at shooting takedowns. He's very knowledgeable. He's very good at keeping his balance. And so, yeah, I got to have him at the number 8 spot. At the number 7 spot, now listen, if this was just like a best submission artists or like best grapplers tier list or list, I put Pantoja way higher. But in terms of just straight up grappling, I think, not grappling, in terms of just straight up wrestling, I think that the people that I have in front of him are better than him at wrestling. But that doesn't mean I don't think Pantoja is a great wrestler. Pantoja, he got the backpack on Brandon Moreno. He was able to take Kai Kara-France down and easily deal with him. He was able to take Tatsuro Taira down and easily deal with him. He was able to win against Steve Erceg by taking him down. He just kind of laid on top of Brandon Royval, wet blanketed him, smudged him to the ground. The Moreno fight, kind of controversial fight because you could say Moreno won on damage, but he still won that fight with his wrestling, being able to just kind of hold Moreno in spot and then do his threatened submissions and shit and take his back. He's one of the best back takers in the UFC as well. Pantoja is a super high-level wrestler. He just doesn't stop. I guess he kind of has some issues gassing as the fight goes on, but Pantoja's wrestling is really just built on that body lock, man. Like, being able to get that body lock against the cage or getting getting his hooks in on the ground and just being able to control that way. Like, you watch the Royval fight, he hits inside trips, he hits like foot sweeps, and his timing is all right, but he's just able to muscle a lot of these smaller guys to the ground a lot of the time. So for that reason, I got Pantoja at number 7 on this list. At number 6 on the list, I got Marty Fake Newsman. I'm coming all night long, Woodley. I'm coming all night long. I got Kamaru Usman on this list, man. Dude, say what you will about this guy having no fucking knees. He has the knees when it counts, man. Like, look what he did to Joaquin Buckley. He hit a different takedown every single round on Joaquin Buckley. Literally, first round he hits a single leg on him. Next round he hits a double leg. Next round he hits a sweep. Next round he does a fucking cage takedown. Like, he is super versatile with his takedowns, and even when he can't get the takedowns, he's very good at holding his opponent against the fence. Think about that first Masvidal fight. Dude, Kamaru Usman is one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. First, he took Colby down a couple of times in their fights, even though they struck for the most part. Beat up Woodley on the ground in their fights. What else? Took Chimaev, the Chimaev fight. Holy shit. Yeah, he didn't get subbed by Chimaev in the first round. Super smart. I remember Chimaev had his back in one exchange. He kind of throws himself to the ground and hits Chimaev's head. And he survives that first round against Chimaev. And after that, after he survives the first round against Chimaev, he's able to have a lot of success in that fight later on. One of the only times we've seen Chimaev's takedowns really get stuff. Like, the only other fight was the Burns fight. And that's because Chimaev kind of didn't, stop going to the takedowns to have a fucking war for some reason. Like, you look at what Chimaev did to Whitaker, and you look at what Chimaev did to Dricus. And then look at the Usman fight. Usman looks really, really... And that's something that's annoying about Usman, bro. He'll let everybody know. Every single time Chimaev fights, he's fucking tweeting about it. He just, tweets, the fucking eyes emoji or some shit. But, get out of here, bro. And he's calling for the title shot against Makhachev. So fucking annoying, bro. But I can't deny Kamaru Usman's wrestling pedigree in the UFC so far. Something that Kamaru Usman does very well is control the pace of the fight, bro. He weaponizes it, where the fight happens. He, kills his opponent's rhythm. He just completely eliminates their offense with his grappling. Being able to control his cardio. Think about the first, I guess it'll be the second Leon fight. The second Leon fight, the one where he got head kicked. Think about how good he was doing just managing, his cardio against the fence against Leon, And think about how he was just able to take Leon to the cage and hold him against the cage and take him down whenever he wanted, bro. That is super high level shit. Especially prime Leon Edwards, even though he got head kicked. And people forget, man. People forget, before that Chimaev fight, Kamaru Usman had a 100% takedown defense. That's pretty crazy. I remember people, Colby took him down for half a second. People were like, bro, that counts as a takedown, bro. Chimaev is the only one who's really been able to have some success against Usman in the grappling. And for that reason, I got to have him pretty high on this list, all right? But at number 5, I got Fluffy Hernandez. I'm not going to lie, bro. I dead ass forgot this dude's first name for a second. I literally thought his name was just Fluffy. But yeah, Fluffy Hernandez, he's currently on an 8-fight win streak in the UFC. Dude, we saw what Brendan Allen did to Rainer de Ritter in his last fight. And now think about what Fluffy Hernandez did to Brendan Allen, and that just makes it 15 times more impressive. Then you think about the Michel Pereira fight, where Fluffy, he's kind of like a middleweight Merab, and he's so good at weaponizing his cardio against his opponents. Think about that Michel Pereira fight where, Michel Pereira hurt him with a body shot in the first round, but after that, Fluffy Hernandez literally just shot takedowns over and over and over again until it was just game over, bro. He literally just was shooting double legs on Michel Pereira, sent him back to Israel. And he was just able to take Michel Pereira down at will, do whatever he wanted to him. And he did the same thing to Roman Dolidze. Dude, he would literally just take Roman Dolidze down, hit him a couple times, get up, and then take him down again. He broke, what he did to Roman Dolidze, I know it's fucking Roman Dolidze and he's not that good. But it's still crazy because that guy still trained for he had a whole training camp for Fluffy and he literally had fucking nothing. He could not stuff anything. This dude has been super relentless with his submissions as well, the Kopylov fight and the Roman Dolidze fight. He's just so good at using his wrestling, bro. He walks forward with constant pressure. He forces his opponent to make a fucking reaction, and then he just chains takedowns and chains them together, bro. And he's super explosive as well, and he's just never gonna stop. If I had to, I literally have the same exact physique as this guy. No cap. I'm literally built exactly like Fluffy Hernandez, and I'm just I'm Tony has died, and he's in the UFC, bro. Kind of depressing, but yeah, his wrestling is just completely built into his cardio, and he's able to push takedown attempts every single round, scramble in every single exchange. Maintain clinch pressure, just he fucks up his opponents with his cardio, bro. So for that reason, I gotta have Fluffy at number 5 on this list. I think he's the only person who can really give Chimaev a test in the division. So I like to see him fight Strickland or fight like maybe Drickus. Like we'll see who he gets matched up against. Maybe they can run the Allen rematch already. I don't know. But yeah, let's see Fluffy try to get a big fight soon so we can see him fight Chimaev. All right. Next guy we need to talk about is the machine, the man fighting this weekend, Merab Dvalishvili. All right. What is there to say about Merab that has not been said a million fucking times already? This guy out wrestled a Nurmagomedov. This guy, like, look at the picture right here. This is a fucking Olympic gold medalist, and he's just holding him above his shoulder like this, bro. He's on a 14-fight win streak. He just beat Sandhagen with his wrestling. He subbed O'Malley a fight ago. Dude, what he did, he shot fucking 50 takedowns on Peter Yan. This guy holds the record for the most amount of takedowns. He has over 100 takedowns, bro. Is that not like, he deserves to be on this list? Now, the reason I don't have him higher is I do think that his other components of his game aren't really as good as his takedowns, bro. Like, yeah, he can shoot a bunch of takedowns, but he barely gets them. And when he does get them, he doesn't really hold his opponent down very often. And he doesn't really submit his opponent either. But it doesn't fucking matter because he can just shoot 100 fucking takedowns a fight. Literally shoots like 50 takedowns is insane in one fight. Shooting, that's literally, doing the math, 2 takedowns a minute. That's fucking crazy. I don't know, like this guy, he has to be on PEDs. There's no possible way that you can shoot 2 takedowns a minute. And like most people shoot like 7 takedowns and they're gassed, bro. Like, what is this dude doing to get the fucking insane cardio that he has, man? Like, we got to know what whorehouses he's hitting up, bro. We got to hit the same ones, bro. But yeah, Merab's wrestling really isn't elite because of his technique, bro. It's elite because of his volume and his durability and his refusal to slow down. This is the part that people misunderstand. Like, people are like, bro, Merab's a fucking wrestler, man. He has the most takedown attempts in history, bro. He has the most takedowns landed in history, bro. He's like, bro. His wrestling isn't what's good about him, bro. It's his fucking pace that he weaponizes into his wrestling. And it's just endless. And you just can't, like, you can't strike with him because he's just shooting takedowns over and over and over and over again. And his fight IQ is so good because he used to fight the same in every fight, and now he's been making game plans really well. You know, he's like going into the O'Malley fight. A lot of people were like, bro, Merab, he just fights dumb. He's going to get hit by O'Malley. And then he changes his style completely for O'Malley, you know? The Nurmagomedov fight, he changes his, like, he's so good at, like, making up game plans, bro. And even, like, his mat, like, someone will get up from a takedown, he'll just throw him right back down. His mat returns, I think those are what those are called. He's so good at doing that. So, for that reason, I got Merab Dvalishvili number 4. But I think his overall, like, technique is kind of flawed. But I think that it doesn't matter, bro. So that's why I got him at number 4. At number 3, I got Arman Tsarukyan. Yeah, I hate this guy, Paddy Pimblett. He's a fucking dickhead, man. He stole my fucking title shot, man. The little posh boy, Arman. Yeah, we got Arman Tsarukyan. Like, Arman Tsarukyan, what he did to Dan Hooker about a couple of weeks ago, pretty fucking crazy, man. Like, Dan Hooker just looked like that was a top 5 fighter in the world. And Arman Tsarukyan, okay, first of all, I do think that it was kind of dumb on Dan Hooker to keep pulling guillotines on him, bro. Like, why was Dan Hooker pulling guillotines on the best grappler in the division, bro? Literally makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, Arman Tsarukyan, dude, he literally out-grappled Islam Makhachev in some exchanges. That enough should be enough to put him on this fucking list, bro. Like, there are moments, I know, and it was his debut as well. And there were moments in that Islam Makhachev fight where he took Islam down multiple times, stuffed a lot of Islam's fights himself, reversed like him in scrambles, control position on Islam. But Islam still did more in that fight and he ended up winning. There's no debate about that. But he has the best level. Like, he is so good at timing takedowns. Look at the Oliveira fight. Look at the Islam Makhachev fight. Look at the Gamrot fight. I know Gamrot kind of, like, that's why I have Gamrot in the honorable mentions. But then, like, it's such a weird thing because Gamrot low-key had better wrestling exchanges against Arman. But Arman did more damage and got robbed. But then, Oliveira low-key did more damage on Arman. But then Arman beat Oliveira and he lost to Gamrot, but then Oliveira out wrestles Gamrot. It makes no fucking sense, bro. Like, it doesn't. And then Islam out wrestles Arman and out wrestles Oliveira. But yeah, bro. Like, but Oliveira and Arman are similar in level when they fought each other, but then he makes Oliveira look easy versus Arman he's competitive with. It doesn't, it literally makes no sense at all. It was so hard making this list, but what he's really good at is setting up his wrestling with his striking, because he has really, really good striking. He uses his like jab and cross and his kicks to make his opponents hesitant, and then they kind of like mess up, and then he'll shoot a takedown. He's super good at sprawling. Like the Gamrot fight, once again, Gamrot is a high class freestyle wrestler, top 1% in MMA as a wrestler. Stuffed multiple shots, won scrambles against Gamrot, reverse position against Gamrot. His chain wrestling is super clean, efficient. He doesn't waste fucking energy. Literally just goes out there. He's like, think about that alligator roll that he hit on Hooker when Hooker had him in the guillotine. That guillotine would have put a lot of other people out, man. He hit that alligator roll, got the top position, and his ground and pound. That is what makes Arman Tsarukyan so nasty. I think he has the best ground and pound out of anybody in the UFC right now. He is so nasty with it, because when he gets top position, he doesn't just lay there and half guard like some of the other people that we're about to talk about, the number 2 and number 1 guy. He doesn't just lay in full guard. This guy is going for the finish when he gets on top, man. He's throwing fucking elbows. He's throwing fucking shots to the head. Arman Tsarukyan, what is there not to like about him, man? Get this fucking guy the title shot, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this Paddy Pimblett bullshit, man. I'm tired of this Paddy. Like, listen, the Peter Yan one, like, let me say this. This is going to be a little divergent of the fucking video real quick, okay? But people saying that, like, O'Malley has fucking Dana White privilege. The O'Malley Dana White privilege is nothing compared to the Paddy fucking Dana White privilege. Because at least O'Malley has a top 5 win, bro. At least O'Malley beat Peter Yan, bro. Who arguably could have arguably been the champion whenever O'Malley beat him. At least O'Malley had title defenses against Chito Vera. At least O'Malley, had reasons to get a top 10 shot into the fucking division. Paddy's I'm not even, you know what? Fuck this, bro. We're just going to go to number 2. At number 2 on the list, we got Islam Makhachev, bro. Honestly, bro, the Paddy shit is still bothering me. I want to rant about it, but this is not the video. I'm going to get off topic, but Islam Makhachev, man, dude, that JDM fight, man, it might have been very dull to watch. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that was a fun fight to watch, but I am going to sit here and say that what he did, one of the most impressive performances in history, bro. Because JDM, before going into the Islam fight, was known for his scrambling ability. Like, what he did against Burns. Like, think about the finishing sequence against Burns when he hit the knee. He literally, rotates his body in a 360 and then knees Burns and knocks him out. Think about the Bilal Bilal shooting takedowns and JDM scrambling against those. When Islam Makhachev got in there was none of that. He literally took JDM down every single time that he wanted to with ease. Made JDM overthrow, miss, and then shot in under those fucking hips. Got him down against the cage. Got him down with trips. Got him down out in the open. Made it look easy, bro. First and foremost, we also got to say that he has beaten Arman Tsarukyan, who is on this list. He has beaten Volk, who could be on this list. Maybe Volk would be a top 20 wrestler. He doesn't really use his wrestling, but he is a very good anti-wrestler. His fight against Moises, dude, I guess Moises took him down that one time. That was kind of pathetic. But besides that, he was easily able to control Moises. Took Bobby Green down easily, TKO'd him. Took Dober down, beat him. Took Oliveira down. Choked the best. Oliveira is one of the best submission artists in the UFC. Probably one of the best submission artists of all time. And he was able to submit him. And he's not just like a lot of things that people will compare him to Khabib, obviously, because he is the protege of Khabib. But Khabib was a cage wrestler, man. This guy can hit takedowns out in the open, man. Like what he did to JDM, Moicano, and Oliveira. This guy can hit fucking takedowns out in the open. He could hit him against the cage. He has really nasty trips. Think about the Poirier finishing sequence where he did that like, I don't even know what that's called. Like he like flipped Poirier's leg and got him down and then put the darce on him. And he's really good at like putting people in submissions while he's scrambling. So like whenever you make a mistake, if you try to change positions against Islam Makhachev, he's going to grab up an arm, grab up a neck, grab up a leg, and he's going to twist it, man. He's going to break that fucking leg. He's going to break that arm. He's going to break that neck. Islam Makhachev, he is super high level, man. And his top control is also crazy. Like once he gets you down, you're not getting back up most of the time unless your name is Poirier for some reason. He does not waste energy. He doesn't try things. He systematically rotates through his fucking takedowns. He systematically rotates throughout his fucking like transitions. Like he's really good at getting the back on people. Think about the Volk fight where he got the back on Volk in the 4th round. He's really good at like mat returning people. His top pressure. Like I don't even know what else to say that I haven't said. Like Islam Makhachev, probably, I'm going to say it, the greatest fighter of all time. And he's just tied Anderson Silva's win streak. He has one loss, and it's a fucking fluke 10 years ago. He is I think he's the best fighter of all time. So, for that reason, he is the second best wrestler in the UFC right now. But in my opinion, there is no doubt, Khamzat Chimaev is the straight up best wrestler. Now, if this was, I just realized I covered the number 1. If this was just grappling, I think I would put Islam at number 1. But since this is wrestling, I think Khamzat Chimaev is the best wrestler the UFC has ever seen. Like, think about the takedown that he shot on Robert Whittaker in their fight. How do you stuff that? How does another human being stuff that? It was the fastest takedown I've ever seen shot on somebody. This picture of Dricus, this was 15 seconds into the fight. He literally, I'm about to pull up the stats for the Dricus fight and just read them off. In the 25-minute fight, Khamzat Chimaev had 21 minutes and 40 seconds of control time. He had 12 takedowns, and he landed 529 strikes. Now, let me say they were pitter-patter strikes, but he was literally just playing with his food, bro. Like, this is what pisses me off about this fight, is I really would have liked to see Chimaev take some risk and try to finish the fight after the fucking 3rd time he got Dricus down. Like, at least try and get his back and, like, put a submission in. He had him in that crucifix so many times, bro. And he just didn't chase the finish. But he still used his wrestling to get in those positions. And his transitions were crazy. But, bro, the way that this guy is able to just explode. There is no telegraph in his shots whatsoever. He can shoot a takedown before you can even fucking frame or sprawl, bro. He is super, like, he is, like, straight pure muscle. Like, you do not have time to fucking defend the takedown. That is how fast he shoots the takedowns, bro. Out wrestling Kamaru Usman the way he did in that 1st round was crazy. And his upper body wrestling is what's fucking crazy as well. It's like he just throws people around. He just throws people fucking around, like body lock entries, inside trips, upper body reaps, fucking insane like grip strength. Think about Kevin Holland. Like, Kevin Holland went for the glove tap and it was fucking over, bro. Dude. Think about the Li Ji Liang fight where he literally just picks up Li Ji Liang, carries him over to Dana White and throws him down. And his chain wrestling is crazy too, because even if you can stuff the first takedown, he's not done yet. He's going to lift you up. He's going to get his hands connected behind your back. He's going to lift you. He's going to fucking dump you, bro. And he's good at he's so good at riding the hips. And he's so good at scrambling. His top control is more insane than Chimaev's. His grappling intuition is world class. Like, he just reads the right. He just knows what you're going to do. Like, if you try to transition to something else, he already knows what you're fucking going for. And yeah, man, I just think, like, Khamzat Chimaev is the best wrestler the UFC has ever seen. But that will do it for the video. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, do all that YouTube shit. I do videos like this all the time. So if you're new to the channel, check out my other videos. They're similar to this. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.